Hi, and welcome to the Psychology of Learning. My name is Lene Nelson, and I will be working with you this term as we take a look at behaviorism and how we develop, acquire, maintain, and change behaviors. This is an exciting branch of psychology for us to be taking a look at because out of all the different aspects of psychology, the psychology of learning has one of the farthest reaching branches of application. And I hope for that reason that each and every one of you will have the opportunity to find a point of passion and a point of connection with the material from the term that will be helpful for you either in your current and or future careers. Now, also very interestingly, this whole field of the psychology of learning and behaviorism was discovered on accident. Some of you might be familiar with Ivan Pavlov and his famous experiment where he measured the salivation rates of dogs. And he really was genuinely interested in wanting to research the digestive processes of canines. And what he ended up discovering was a learning principle that had application not just to animals, but to humans. From that came an entire school of thought, behaviorism, which has some pretty die-hard followings, to the point where people will explain not just some human behavior, but all of human behavior from the standpoint of behaviorism. And extremists have gone as far as even to say that there is no such thing as free will, and absolutely every behavior is the product of learning. So you can take two individuals and they can come from the same background, the same home, and based on applying these learning behaviors, one of them can become an axe murderer and the other one can become the president of the United States. But if you give me two infants and I apply these learning behaviors, that I can almost construct someone's experience based off of behaviorist principles and understanding how we learn as human beings. And it's a very, very powerful thing. Now, advertisement in media and marketing really capitalizes on this and uses these behavioral principles to influence us to buy their products. And so there's a lot of business and marketing media applications. The psychology of learning has a lot of application in the classroom. It has a lot of application in parenting. And it has a lot of application in different counseling aspects as well, specifically looking at things along the lines of phobias. You know, why is it that I have this kind of irrational fear of foamy bubbles and I can't handle them? Well, behaviorism has an explanation for that, and by applying behavioral principles, treatments and the solution for issues along these lines are founded in psychology of learning. Now, for this class, we will be utilizing a couple of different tools to really help us understand these principles. The psychology of learning has some pretty simplistic concepts, and within these simplistically or seemingly simplistic concepts, there's a lot of depth. And in order to help us really experience that on a deeper level, we're going to have a little helper throughout the term. His name is Sniffy the Rat. And Sniffy is going to help us get a little bit of a taste of what it might be like to be conducting behavioral research. Again, very interesting with behaviorism and the psychology of learning. Most of what we know, at least the initial theories, were rooted in research conducted with rats and pigeons. And since I can't have each and every one of you go out and buy a pigeon and work with the pigeon for the term and train a pigeon and shape their behavior, we get to use Sniffy. And so along with your reading, there will be coinciding activities that you will be completing with Sniffy the Rat. And I would really encourage you, as you're learning to work with Sniffy, to provide yourself extra time at the beginning of the term, again, especially at the beginning of the term, because an activity that might be designed to take 15 minutes with Sniffy might end up taking um, a longer period of time as you're learning to work with the software program, and also being able to troubleshoot, and that way you're not putting yourself in a bind. And Sniffy really is there to kind of help us through and get a deeper understanding of these principles and see them in action a little bit more. And so again, each week you will be doing reading, and you will be completing Sniffy activities and turning those in along with a write-up where you get to really process what you're learning in the class, tying together textbook readings along with Sniffy, and any video clips or conversational pieces, articles, etc., that might be embedded in Beacon Learning for that week for you to take a look at. Now, we will also be having 2 tests throughout the course of the term. You will be provided a study guide, and I just really want to encourage you that it's still very important to make sure that you're reading the information thoroughly and taking notes, making sure that you provide time to study for these tests, because although it is open book, you will walk into that test and have a lot more confidence and have a much better experience with it if you thoroughly engage in the work that needs to be there in order to really learn that material. And then we will also be having our signature assignment. The signature assignment is a research paper, and this research paper is designed to help you connect these theories, and you're going to have this experience with Sniffy in a more research sense, and the signature assignment is going to be taking all of that information and giving it a real-world application, something that is of interest to you. So again, if you are interested in media and marketing, and then, there's plenty of opportunities within that to take a look at behavioral principles with advertisement and doing a paper focused around that. There's opportunities if you are interested in looking at, okay, well, how do we help someone with obsessive compulsive disorder, or in the field of addiction, how do addictions come to be? And how do we work with folks with addiction? Well, again, there are going to be explanations for that provided within the field of the psychology of learning, and you can write on those things that are of interest to you. For all of the writing assignments, the reflections, and for the signature assignment, they will be in formal APA writing style. And I am just as concerned about having appropriate APA formatting as I am about the content of the paper, which both need to be very, very strong. It's important for us to be able to complete and walk through a psychology class and a psychology program, and to have the experience with writing that is necessary to walk away confident knowing that I know how to write for my profession. It makes a big difference if any of you are interested in going on to a master's program and or into the workplace with any kind of human services or psychology related field. It certainly will be an expectation that folks know how to write an APA well. So I'm very aware of that, and I'm available to help. I'm more than happy to direct you to some resources. Please just note that I do want it to be something that everyone focuses on throughout the term. In addition to having solid content, that the formatting and APA is strong in the papers that you write. So again, please don't hesitate to talk to me, and I will do my utmost to get you very prompt feedback on any writing assignments so that you have that as you move forward in your writing throughout the term. A little bit about myself. So my husband and I live here in Eugene. We have a daughter who is almost 15, and so we're looking forward to permits and driver's ed and all those scary things that parents have to face as our children get older and want more independence. So pray for us. And I work at Willamette Family Treatment Services. I'm a mental health therapist there. And my husband and I are also pastors, and so we serve as assisting pastors at a local church here in Eugene. Um, and I've had a fantastic relationship with Northwest Christian University. I completed my undergraduate here before continuing on with other universities for the rest of my education. And I've had the opportunity to work with students in the classroom in traditional daytime classes, evening classes, and online. And so it's something that I really, really enjoy, and I look forward to the opportunity to get to know each and every one of you a little bit better throughout the term. All right, well, I am again excited. Let's go ahead and jump right on in. And my hope is that it'll be an enjoyable class and a successful term for each and every one of you.